Hello everyone and welcome. It's a bit exciting today. I'm starting off a brand new project for my Days of December 2023 album. So I'm going to share a couple of pages with you today. And this is part of the Creative Design Team's YouTube collaboration that's going on this month, where we are sharing projects and pages that we're creating with our brand new 6x8 sketchbook. Last year we made our very first sketchbook and it was a 6x8 version and we entitled it Days of December. And the sketches in both of these books are versatile enough to use on any 6x8 project, or you can easily upsize them to 8.5 by 11. And if you haven't caught Erin's video that went up yesterday, go and check hers out because she also shows you a card and a 12 by 12 option that you can use with 6x8 sketches. This year we haven't done the whole Christmas theme on the front, but it is versatile, as I said, and you can use this for any theme. If you wanted to do a gift album, a Mother's Day album, a special celebration album for a special birthday, even a mini gift album for a wedding. It really encompasses a lot of themes because the sketches are so versatile. Now, I will have a link below in the description of all the products that I've used today, as well as a link to the playlist for the Creative Design Team YouTube Hop. So make sure you check that out and keep coming back each day to see what the other girls are doing. Andrea and Erin have already gone ahead of me, and there will be lots of inspiration this week with all the projects that we are doing. Now, the sketch that I'm working on today is on page 14, and I'm using this sketch here and I'm changing it up just a little bit because I'm going to actually use some acetate. Now, this acetate is from quite some time ago, but I have quite a bit of it in my stash and I thought it would go really well in a Days of December book. Katie Taylor and Julie Carrier have both inspired me because they used it in their books last year. So I'm going to use some of the patterned acetate I have and also the plain acetate that we carry now because I thought it would be fun to incorporate it in my album. For the first layout I'm doing, this one here, I'm changing this up. So this solid piece in the background is actually going to be this piece of acetate. I'm just going to move the sketch off to the side and I'm going to do a combination of numbers this year. Last year I used the Moxie alphabet throughout, and this year I'm going to use the glistening alphabet and spell out some of the numbers, and then I'm going to bring in some numerical numbers as well. So it's not going to be all the same throughout the whole entire album. I will be bringing in the sticker sheet for day one, and I've already gone ahead and I've cut a couple of strips of this gorgeous Silver Bells pattern paper, and that is going to go on each side of my acetate here. So I need to adhere that down, and I just need to check that I've removed the backing piece to the acetate. So usually I just use a piece of washi tape or something like that to make it easy to pick this piece up. So this is like a bit of a protective film. It's on our shaker elements that are acetate, and it's on our plain acetate as well. So you need to remove that so you get a nice clear look and not a cloudy look. And the thing about these pieces, when they're printed on, it's gold on one side and you get a silver on the other. So I'm going to build back to back today, and I'm following the sketch, and I'm going to put a strip of paper on this side and a strip of pattern paper on this. And then I'm going to put my photo so that it spans across here and you can get this see-through bit at the top and the bottom. And then, of course, I need to do something fairly similar on the back side of this so that I don't have elements popping out from above here. I've got my pattern pieces and my photo adhered here, and I will address the back side of this. This is going to be day 2 on the back of that, but I'll do that later. And this layout is going to be for day 1. So I'm going to use the glistening alphabet for this, and I'm going to stamp in mist ink. I absolutely love this alphabet. I think it's just so easy to use because you just merge the letters next to each other and you join up this little cursive bit that comes out here. It makes it so easy. I used this just the other day on my week 2 of Christmas tags, and I think I'll be using this one quite a bit. I don't think I'll just restrict it to Christmas projects because I do love the font and the script of it. So I just need to fussy cut this out. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit because it makes it easier to fussy cut. And while I'm cutting this out, I just wanted to quickly mention that the Creative Design Team membership group is currently open for registration. We only open it up a couple of times a year and we have loads of videos in there. We have weekly videos, tip videos, and we also have weekly classes and a monthly challenge. So if you've been waiting for that to open, check out the link below, and I'll also have a link for the sketch sketchbooks as well, because we now have 3 of those. So as I've said before, there's a lot going on with the CDT team at the moment, and having the sketchbooks is something that I'm particularly proud of. We work very hard behind the scenes to put all of those together for you, and they're wonderful to use and so much inspiration in there. So I'll just set the ink and this aside, and I'm going to bring in the other elements that I'm going to put onto this page. I am referring to the sketch off to the side here, and it uses a 3x4 photo, but I wanted to use a 4x6 because day 1 of December for me is all about the Christmas tree going up, so that will be in a larger portrait format. I'm going to bring in some die cuts, and these are from the other collection that is current for November and December. So I'm mixing up evergreen and silver bells together, but I love the die cuts. And what I've done with these, you can see when they're pushed out here, they are see-through, but I've actually backed them for the craft ones. I've backed them in white, and for the white one, I've backed that in craft. So I just traced around it and didn't have to be too careful because there's quite a generous border here. So I'm just going to work out where these are going to go, because I also want to bring in this Believe in the Magic sticker and put this up here as well. And off to the side here, I've also got some little sprigs that I have cut out of white glitter and silver glitter paper. So I'm going to have those coming out from behind this sticker element. I'm just going to put that back on the carrier sheet at the moment until I'm ready to adhere it. And I've got the sprigs out of the Evergreen card making workshop. So this has 3 dies with it. There are pine cones, there's an overlay and a base layer of a pine cone, and then these sprigs as well. And I quite like them. They're quite delicate on the end. So I can just have this amount peeking out from it if I wanted to. I don't have to have that whole entire piece. I know I'm going to pop my one up on foam tape, and I'm going to do the same for the sticker. So I'm going to adhere some foam tape to some of these elements, and then I'm going to work on tucking in the little sprigs. I just wanted to show you what I do when I don't have a photo down and I want to put a sticker or an element over here. If I'm adhering a sticker direct without the foam tape, I cut away some of the carrier sheet and leave that on the sticker. But when I'm using foam tape, I just put my fingers roughly where I want it to go to, and I just tear away the carrier piece of the foam tape so that the pieces that go over the top of the photo won't have that backing sheet on there, and I'll be able to slip my photo underneath. So I'm just going to keep checking with this. I'm going to have this around this area here, and this works well until I'm ready to adhere my photo. Obviously, I've got to print my photo from December 1st, which hasn't happened yet, but I want to get some of these pages done so that I'm ready to put my photo straight in and the page will be done. And I'm just using 2D foam tape because I want to try and get all of December into one album. This is actually going to go somewhat over the base, so I'm not going to be able to stick this down just yet until my photo is printed. And then what I'm going to do is just tuck in some of the sprigs just to add some fun embellishments. I don't even know if I'm going to use the stars now. I think the stars might actually overpower this layout. So I'm just going to put those back in my little plastic bag here. I know I want to use this sticker, Deck the Halls. That's going to go down this side. So I might have a couple of sprigs coming out from that as well. And I'll make those just the shorter ones. I'm just going to put that on my all-purpose mat for now. And you can see how easy it is just to tear those so that I can get exactly what I need rather than having a whole entire piece there. I've adhered everything down, and while I was doing that, the Deck the Halls sticker was getting a little bit lost. So I've just gone with some sketchy lines around it with the dark grey Le Pen, and I haven't tried to keep them neat because I wanted to go over the top of the areas of where these little sprigs came in. And then I replicated that over on the left side here with this sticker. And I've added in some sparkly little dots here. These gems might be my all-time favourite. They're the Silver Bells dots. and they are all sparkly, and these white ones are just gorgeous, but I thought they might get a little bit lost here. So I've just used the charcoal color, and I know that I'll bring in the toffee ones later. So now I need to address what's happening on the back side of this, and I'm also going to talk about what I'm going to do for my journaling for this book, because I'm doing it a little bit differently this year. Now, I don't want to cover up all of the acetate, but I'm going to put 2 3x4 photos here, or I can change it into a collage, or I can do it as a 6x4, just like it is on the other side of this page. So that is going to go here, and I just need to align that up so that it goes over top of where that 4x6 photo is. Now I'm going to put my number on the left side here, so I'm going to bring it over quite a bit, but I do want the sides of the photo mat to be on top of each of these strips. This is another pattern from the Silver Bells. So this side is this gorgeous sketched look of all the foliage, and the other side has a bouquet type effect, which is like strands of lights, which I'm really looking forward to using in this book as well. And instead of using the alphabet like I did on the first page, I'm going to use a number, and this is from the Slimline alphabet. This set's no longer available, or I might do it in black just to add a little bit of depth, and I quite like how that pops. And then I'm going to bring in some sprigs here, and I've cut some in black glitter as well. So this page is going to have a mixture of black, silver and white, because I want to bring in a little bit of depth to this one, because this is like a charcoal print, like the light side of charcoal. And I think the black just makes everything pop just that little bit more. So I'm going to tuck these sprigs in here, and then I might have 3 coming out of this side as well. I do like them in odd numbers, and I'm purposefully going off the edge with some of them. And then my 2 can sit here. So that's going to sit up on that, and I'm going to put a sticker up here as well. For these, to adhere them to the acetate, I have just used our dot roller. Now I'll move this all over to the side a little bit so that you can see how that works. I know I've demonstrated this before, but just in case you haven't seen this, the adhesive only sticks to the piece that you want it to. So I'm just going to tuck that. And they're not going to be absolutely perfect because this is not a mirror image, but it just gives a bit of a shadow effect with the other pieces of the sprigs coming through from behind. I just want to tuck this one in here. And by doing this, you don't really notice that there are other elements behind here, and the effect of the acetate is still being seen, which is really, really lovely. So I'm just going to keep adhering my sprigs around the edges of the photos and talk to you about my journaling. Now I'm going to either have hidden journaling, or I'm going to have journaling for a whole week. I'm not sure how many photos I'm going to have this year, if I'm going to be able to get out as much as I did last year. My photos, if you watched me do a flip through, they weren't all about Christmas. They were about everyday life as well, and that's what I love about this project. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do every now and then is a bit of summary journaling. So it might have a bit of a week all on one page, and that's going to be inserted into the album at various points throughout. So I am going to mix it up just a little bit with my journaling, but I wanted to get these foundation pages done so that they're all ready to go for when I start taking my photos on the first day of December with the Christmas tree all being up. Now I do want to bring in another element up here, and I was thinking of just putting another circle here because I thought I had to cover up this circle. I think you can see if I lift this up a little bit, you can't really tell, I'm not adhering that too down as yet, you can't really tell that there are other elements. This one I think I might just move back a little bit. I've got a little bit of time to move around when I use dot roller, which is why I haven't used liquid glue on this, because I wanted to make sure that I had everything down in the place I wanted it to be when I flip things over. So that's a better look for that. I'll just flip this over again. But I don't think this gold sticker really fits in with this page. It's a lot of grey tones. I was playing around with adding in some gold sprigs, but I thought the black would work better. So I'm going to use this sticker here and just put that over there, and I want to put another black element coming over here, and I'm going to cut another white and silver one as well to come out from the edge of that. And I'll do exactly the same thing with the foam tape on the back that I did on the first page here. I'm going to cover it with foam tape but leave the backing strip on that area that's going to come over top of the photos. So I finished off the back side of this, and I think you can see through the black here of my Versamat that it really isn't distracting to have a couple of little elements overlap each other with the sprigs that come out from behind here. Obviously, I'm going to put this on once my photo is on here, and I can't wait to put the Christmas tree up and take a photo and put it on this page. And I'll just put this into the page protector with the one already in there, and I'll do the same thing with the two as well. I know Mist isn't one of the colours with this Silver Bells, but I really do love it. I think it's a very versatile colour. It goes with just about everything. And then I've got some of the white glitter gems from the Silver Bells dots sprinkled around here. The larger ones are sometimes a little bit tricky to use, especially on a smaller format page, but when you tuck them semi underneath a sticker element or partially underneath a photo element, they really look like they belong on the page. I've got medium, small and large ones on here, and I think I could have just packets and packets of these white ones. I just love them so much, especially with their little bit of shine from the glitter. So I'm just going to bring in the sketch again. You can see I haven't quite replicated the sketch, but I have used this formula with the strips. I've got some clusters happening here, and on the first page I've kept this little tab element here with a sticker strip with some words, and my title, even though I don't have it coming across with this whole banner, it's still going to go roughly in the same position. Make sure you go and check out all the other girls' videos as they go up. I know it's a very exciting time to be using brand new Sketchbook. It really does open up a lot of possibilities, and it makes doing the pages so much quicker to have a jumping off format. There are 46 sketches in the book, so lots to choose from. You can rotate them, you can flip them. I could have had the strips going at the top and the bottom with the photos coming down this way. There's a lot of options to use with the sketch. I sort of want to say Merry Christmas, but I won't just yet. So I'll just finish by saying thank you so much for watching. As always, happy crafting and bye for now.